What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we entered Celestial Tower, and we continue to climb our way up to the very tippy top. I got Zoroark here, who has been doing most of the work in here, given the number of Psychic and Ghost types that we are coming across in this area. But I should also point out that in the last episode, I managed to get myself a lucky egg, which was given to me by Professor Juniper. Now, I made a promise that I am not going to be using the lucky egg really at all in this playthrough. I feel like it trivializes the difficulty just a little bit too much. In fact, I would go as far to say it is the main reason that this game is significantly easier than Pokemon Black and White 1. If you take it away, then that problem goes away. So, now that we have that in tow, let's get a move on. We got things to do today. We got a tower to climb, we got a bell to ring, and then hopefully, if we can get back to Mistralton, we got a gym to battle. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through the entire gym, but we will certainly try. So I'm obviously going to be using Zoroark as much as I can in here, given that he has fallen behind the most, but we'll be doing some hot swaps if need be, but I think we should mostly be fine getting through here. I don't think he's going to have too much of an issue in this area, especially with that boosted experiments. Did I just say experiments? Experiment? That doesn't make even any sense in this context. Experience was the only thing I meant to say there. I'm going to Night Slash this Gothorita. It might survive, given Gothorita's amazing defenses. Yeah, I was going to say, but then, of course, it decided to waste its one opportunity on a move that doesn't do anything. Good job, Gothorita. I guess it really fell for the illusion after all. Did you not wonder why a Braviary was using Snarl? No, not at all? Okay, well, I guess we got out of that one scot-free. All right, let's get TM65 Shadow Claw, which we're going to immediately pick up. And actually, this is a really good TM that I am going to quickly check and see if I can teach it to anybody. I'm pretty sure I can teach it to Zoroark, but also Challenger. Now, unfortunately, I can't really do much with Challenger's moveset at the moment. Like I said, he's kind of locked into what he has. The only sort of flexible move is Aerial Ace, but do I want to get rid of Aerial Ace for Shadow Claw? I don't know about that one. That's a maybe for now. Zoroark, however, though, it just makes way too much sense to give him at least a little bit of move diversity. So I'm actually going to get rid of Foul Play. Just because I do want to keep that special defense or special attack move in Snarl, but I would rather have the more reliable attack in Night Slash than Foul Play, which can be a bit unreliable given the fact that you are basing it off of the attack of the Pokemon that you're actually hitting. And Zoroark has pretty good physical attack. Like I said, it's more of a special attacker, but what is it, only a base power of like 20 difference or something like that? It's like a 125 to 105, and it's like, yeah, no, I'd rather just... I'm okay with using physical attacks if need be. Not against this Umbreon, though. Like, even setting up fake tears probably isn't worth it. But the problem is I don't have my Lucario with me. Should we just go for it in this fight? No, actually, you know what? I know exactly what to do here. It's probably going to still take a few hits, but it's better than nothing. All right, Feint Attack, although this is probably going to hurt a little bit. Not too much, though, because Umbreon's attack is not all that great. We're going to Signal Beam you. Yeah, that's what I thought. About 3 times is probably going to be what it takes. So we'll use that once more after this. Assuming this gentleman doesn't heal. Use Screech here, but I think we should be able to get this off before the Umbreon takes us out, so I'm not too worried about that. There we go. All right, good job, Kamina. And up to level 36, you're going to go. And, man, I think we really are going to be able to get you your big electric move in the gym. It's looking like it. I'm really hoping that she has a great time in there because it's going to be the place for her to do a lot of training. Not the only place, though, actually. This is why I picked Jolteon, because, honestly, as for all my bashing on electric types, Jolteon has a really nice time in this game, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, I want to say there's an item up here. Yes, there is. This is why I wanted to pull the dowsing machine out, and it is a ghost gem, so you can get one of those if you really want it. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but hey, it's something. It's a free item. Celestial Tower Bell, will you ring the bell? Let's do it. The sound of the bell reverberates through the area. There we go. We've made it to the top. All right. I think that pretty much concludes everything we wanted to do here. We got ourselves all our items. We fought all the trainers. Why don't we fly on back to Mistralton City? This is the other reason you want to go to the top, is because this is the only part of the tower you can actually fly out of, outside of the base itself. So let's head back to Mistralton, and I'm going to do a little bit of healing here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to do just a slight bit of team swapping, because we are going to probably want to keep Lucario in this fight. Just in case. I don't know if I'm actually going to end up using him or not, but I would rather have him in there than... Well, I'd honestly rather have him in there than Volcarona, if I can be completely honest with you. But Volcarona kind of needs... You know, I guess I'm not going to really use Johanna in there at all. And I'm going to go... Or, why did I say Johanna? Johanna. I don't know why I made the J silent there. That was very strange. I forgot to heal. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now we're good to go. Let's head off to the gym. It was pretty much waiting for us this entire time. It's not like I couldn't have done it right off the bat, but wanted to get as much training done as possible before we took it on. And once we do this, then we should be able to fly off with Professor Juniper to wherever. But uh-oh. Ow, my face. I'm sorry. Allow me to apologize by giving you this fresh water. Take it, please. Well, thank you, sir. What you got for me? This gym is a wind tunnel. When the propellers and back start spinning quickly, you'll be blown away just like a certain someone was. When you think the wind will blow, stay hidden behind a wall and wait for it to stop. By the way, flying type Pokemon have more weaknesses than you might expect, including two. Wow, that does not sound very natural in terms of the wording there. Including 2 rock, electric, and ice type moves. Okay. And this is the other reason I wanted Jack, is because Jack has Ice Punch. But all right. So when the wind is about to blow, you can see if you are standing out in the open, you're going to get sent to the very back. Luckily, there are walls that'll prevent you from flying off. But we are going to switch Kamina to the front of the party. And then I am going to quickly stand in front of this guy, and then the fight is going to begin. Okay. I'm not going to have a lot of time to get behind this wall as soon as this fight is over, so I'm going to have to move fast. But for right now, let's just fight this guy. He's going to go with a Swoobat. You're going to see lots of Swoobats in this gym, and Swoobats are honestly not really something I'm too worried about. Now, I'm hoping that I can mostly one-shot these Swoobats with Volt Switch. Otherwise, I'm not sharing experience, but that might be difficult to do. We'll see. Hopefully, this is enough. Please be enough. It is. Okay, don't have to worry about switching out. Thank you. All right, so Kamina's going to be getting most of the experience in here, like I said. And now what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go around this guy. Oh, yeah, here it comes. It's okay, though. We're just going to go right into the wall behind us, so don't worry about it too much. Now we move up here. If I can move fast, I think this is a good place to wait. So we should be good. As long as you're in the green zone, you'll be fine. Why do I still have repels up? Go down quick, 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 quick. There we go. Okay, and then here comes another fight, which is going to leave us exposed, but it's just going to push us against this wall that we're facing anyway, so it's not a huge deal. All right. Let's see what this next guy has. Like I said, lots of Swoobat in here. Also run into, I believe, the occasion... Yep, you'll get Sigalith like this, who honestly might be surviving my Volt Switches. And then, of course, you're going to get, like, Unfezant and Tranquil in here. Honestly, probably no Tranquil. Probably just Unfezant. I'm actually going to weaken you with the Signal Beam first, because I don't think you're going to be able to retaliate with too much. Ooh, and we'll get the confusion out of it, too. Why not? Very low chance on that, but I will take it. Oh, light screen. Well, that's annoying. Okay, hold on. I'm going to Thunder Wave you just because I can. What? Or because I can't, apparently? That really sucked. Let's try this again. I want to keep the Parafuse going. Land the Thunder Wave. Thank you. Now it's going to have a very hard time attacking until that light screen wears off. No, or that could happen. Okay, well, good thing it doesn't affect because we have a Volt Absorb there. I'm going to go back to Signal Beaming you. Just a little weaker. Synchronoise doesn't affect. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. The Sigilyph can't do anything to me. Another Synchronoise, light screen wore off, and goodbye. It's probably a little overkill to use the Volt Switch now. Probably could have gotten away with knocking it out with Signal Beam then and there, but whatever. We will take it. There we go, level 37. And with that, Kamina wants to learn the move Discharge. Now, this is the electric move I was waiting on. Okay, it is slightly more powerful than Volt Switch with a base power of 80, but it also may cause paralysis. It actually causes paralysis at a pretty high rate. I want to say 30%, but I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that one exactly. All I know is that it can happen pretty often. And the best part is I can use this without the worry of it force switching Kamina out. So I will definitely take that one. That's a huge improvement. And now Kamina is absolutely every bit as strong as she was always meant to be. So let's go and sweep the rest of this gym with her, shall we? All right, on to the next one. So let's see what you have in store. I think this is going to be the first one that has 2 Pokemon. We will see. Yep, he did. Okay, Pilot Elron. Not Elrond. But anyway, I was trying to come up with an additional layer to that joke, and I just couldn't. My brain locked up so badly. It was just like, nope, no, you're not going to make a Lord of the Rings reference here. You're going to shut up. You're going to kill this Archon, and you're just going to move on with your day. And the funniest part about that was me acknowledging it because, yeah, I was so dead in the water, it actually physically hurt me. All right, Unpheasant. Let's see. If this thing gets one shot by this, then you know Discharge is doing work. And indeed it is. Wow, look at that damage. That is so nice. Seriously, we might just sweep through Skyla one-shotting every single one of her Pokemon with this. All right, let's just wait out this last one. This time we're going to need to move quick. So hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, we're against this wall. We're good. It can't blow us back any further. So we'll be fine. And I do believe we only have this guy and then one more trainer after this. And then we're done with this gym. So we really might be getting our badge in this episode after all. I didn't think we were going to get through it so fast. But I guess when you've got a Discharge Rockin' Jolteon, she's going to be absolutely sweeping the field the whole way through. You know, there's not really much here that can survive this. Not very many flying types that are capable of that. Look at that. Level 38. Not bad. I'm sure she'll get to level 39 by the time this is over. Possibly level 40. I don't know. We will see. But it's all good. Ooh, into the wall I go. That's all right. Now we are going to go right here. If you can beat me, you'll be able to face the gym leader. You're too close. If you think that, don't let your guard down yet. And then I'm actually going to want to duck back behind the wall again while I wait for the win. And then we're going to have to move as fast as possible to get through this next part. All right. Ducklet. That is obviously not going to be an issue for me in the slightest. It is now quad weak to electric. And even if it wasn't quad weak, it still wouldn't be surviving this. I just got to make sure I have enough discharges for the actual main fight. So that's the only problem with this move. Although honestly, this is like the perfect move to be using a PP up on. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Because really the only way I could upgrade from discharge is if I got Thunderbolt, which I don't even think I have access to that TM before the post game. So I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to focus on this one move. Plus, Discharge does paralyze at it's slightly less damage than Thunderbolt, but it paralyzes more often. So you could even make the argument that they're like almost on the same page as one another. It's in my medicines, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. I got 2 of them, so I might as well use one on Discharge. There we go. Cool. I will absolutely take that. All right, wait for that wind to go through. There it is. Then we're going to move really fast here. Go, 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 all the way up. There we go. And now we got to figure out the path to get over to Skyla, which I actually think it's not that one. No, we're going to get sent back. Oh, man, all the way back here. That's okay. So it's the bottom one. We have to go up to the next spot and then duck behind it and then take the bottom path. For some reason, I was not paying attention. I was more focused on running up to the wall. I wasn't actually looking. Okay, now we're good. Go, 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 go. We made it. Is it going to blow again? Nope, it's not even going to worry about it. Now that we're here to Skyla, we have bypassed the mechanic. Let's begin. Hee, I've been waiting for you. You're a tough trainer who can face the wind and not get blown off your feet. I'm kind of excited about this battle. Why don't you and I have some fun? And so begins the battle against the 6th gym leader, Skyla of the Mistralton City Gym. Her and her 3 flying-type Pokemon, the first of which is going to be a Swoobat with Heart Stamp, Attract, Acrobatics, and Assurance. Acrobatics, that is the move to watch out for in this fight, because Acrobatics does insane damage if the Pokemon is not holding a hold item, which, well, the only Pokemon in her team that is her 3rd and final Pokemon. So if that hits, it does a lot of damage, even against a resistant Jolteon, but if we can one-shot the Swoobat with Discharge, no problem at all. It's going to go down, and then we can move on to the next one. Very, very simple. All right, her next Pokemon is going to be Swanna, which is actually supposed to be her strongest Pokemon. It is a water and flying type Pokemon with Feather Dance, Roost, Bubble Beam, and Air Slash. Not really the greatest suite of moves, and that quad weakness to electricity is going to be its downfall. It does have a Citrus Berry, but that doesn't do it any good if it can't survive one attack. So we are left with her last Pokemon, and maybe the only Pokemon that might survive my discharge, and that is Skarmory, a much more defensive-oriented Pokemon with Air Cutter, Agility, Steel Wing, and Fury Attack. Not great moves, and probably one of the only Pokemon in the entire world that can actually make use of Agility when it learns it by leveling up. But other than that, yeah. And wow, it actually, look at that. It survived it. Oh, it's because it has Sturdy. Okay, that makes sense. It would not have survived otherwise. So there goes that Agility into effect. The problem is that none of its moves really do all that much damage. Fury Attack is probably its best move. Did I say Fury Cutter before? I might have. I don't know. Well, now is going to be the opportunity for her to use Hyper Potions, and because I can't one-shot this thing, she's going to use them as much as she possibly can, but I don't think it's going to be able to outspeed us even with that Agility. It might need a second one before it's faster, so we'll just keep using them. Oh, no, it is faster off just the one. All right, well, there we go. That is the main reason to put Agility on this thing. And can you believe it? I was extremely tempted to make Skarmory my flying type. It took second place behind Braviary in my internal voting process for my resident flying type on the team in this game, but I ended up going with Braviary. There we go. A very simple fight. You're an amazing Pokemon trainer. My Pokemon and I are happy because for the first time in quite a while, about 2 years I'd say, we could fight with our full strength. This is an official league gym badge, but this is just a stepping stone. Are you saying that nobody has beaten you in a gym battle since the first game? That's actually kind of amazing. But all right. Now, Kamina is extremely overpowered at this point, which means that I'm probably going to have to swap her out. Let's see. We're also going to get the TM. You always have to remember this Pokemon in battle. And we're going to get TM62 Acrobatics. Wonder what Professor Junior was up to. I did promise her to ride my plane. Let's take a look at this TM, and if you can believe it, I'm probably going to end up teaching this to Braviary. Now, this has a base power of 55, which on its own is weaker than Aerial Ace, but, oh, Braviary cannot learn it. Wow, that's a shocker, actually. I could have sworn he could. So it's the gist is, if you don't have a hold item, it does 110 base power. It's an extremely strong flying type move, one of the strongest in the entire game in all of Pokemon, again, as long as your Pokemon isn't holding an item, so you have to make that sacrifice. Oh my gosh, through the boxes and everything. Ow. Am I okay? Is my face okay? Has my nose been rearranged? Time for a quick hop on my plane. Hey, where did Professor Juniper get to? That's a very good question, I say as she walks up. Hi there. I hope we can get some good research done on the other side of the mountain as well. That's right. I want you to take this flight too. There's someone I want you to meet in Opelousas City, but we can't get through Twist Mountain right now. Now, we'll just have to make a quick flight over to Lentimus Town. I'll be waiting for you in Mistralton Cargo Service. Hey, Professor, wait up. Honestly, she just does everything at her own pace. Okay, you come too. All right, and I will be there soon, but probably in the next episode, because that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it very much. In the next episode, I'm going to have swapped Kamina out for my Volcarona, and then we're going to have a little bit more of a well-balanced team in terms of levels, who are all going to work to try to catch up to Kamina, who is now 4 levels above everybody else. So, yeah, that'll be next episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.